So, total eclipse coming soon. That's the sun. That's the west. With the beautiful palm trees. With the birds, the seagulls, the eagles. And then we have the moon. Wow, actually looks really good. And I have like the, oh wow, it looks really good. I can see the moon. Wow. That's the rabbit. I always think that there's a rabbit. There it is, folks. So that's the moon. So what are your thoughts on the total eclipse? We have had many eclipses, but they're saying to stock up on food and water. Apparently, they're not telling us the truth about the total eclipse that's coming. Anyway, so, but it's always good to have just water, period. Just water for days, especially if you live here in California, because the big earthquake is coming. We haven't had an earthquake in decades. The last one was like in 1993, I think. Anyway, so, well, we had an Easter earthquake here in San Diego, in California. It was on an Easter. And it was about 12 years ago. I remember it was on an Easter Sunday. And then, so anyways, we haven't had a big earthquake. San Diego has never really had a big earthquake. We felt earthquakes really, really bad, but we never had a bad earthquake. Believe it or not, in the land of Oz, actually no, in the land of where I'm actually right now, this is the San Diego River. Okay, so this is a river. This is what is considered by the Kuyama Indians in Junipero Serra, who came here to live in I think in the 16th century, but and obviously I'm not gonna go deep into the story because my bus is leaving, but exactly where I'm at right now, many centuries ago in the 1800s, the Junipero Serra from the Ferdinands, Los Frai's of California, the settlers, wrote in their books that there was such a big earthquake that it actually destroyed whatever standing building there was in this location right here, and that the trees, that the earthquake was so big, so bad, that the earthquake lifted the trees from the ground. And ever since that moment, ever since that that diary was written by the Ferdinand, Junipero Serra, and you know, the houses of worship, the first ones, the anyway, so we haven't had we haven't had, well, obviously there's a Catholic church, right? There was no Catholic churches here. So the first settlers, they built where what do you call it, I can't believe I'm forgetting. Anyway, so houses of worship. Obviously there was no Catholic churches. They were the little, the little houses. And I have it in my head, I can't believe that I don't remember. I'm gonna be so upset when this video finishes and I remember the houses of worship. The first ones that were settled, that were built here in California, were built right here in Old Town, the first one. Anyway, so, but in the diary of the Ferdinand of the priest, they wrote in their diaries that there was a huge earthquake, that the trees were lifted. We never had anything such thing here. The baddest earthquake that California has ever had has still been the San Francisco earthquake. And the San Francisco earthquake burned because of the houses made out of wood, not from the earthquake, because of the fire, because at the time there was no electricity. Well, not a lot, but the people had candles, and that was part of the reason. But now we're living in a different situation where people live in very sky rises, and they keep building on top of this ground, which is ridiculous. But I have noticed that when I take my trips on the train, really San Diego has been very, very smart not to overbuild in the river, and they have kept the river how it is, because it floods. All of this floods right here. All of this floods. And anyways, in that parking lot over there is empty, because I just noticed that that it looks terrible because the river flooded all the way over there. So anyways, folks, it's a beautiful it's gonna be a beautiful sunset. Too bad I'm not over there. And hoping that everybody's having a fabulous Thursday. There's always something going on. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it real. Climate change is forever. Goodbye.